Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome back to another top secret special investigations review. This time I am reviewing Commando Brushfire Wars. Now, you might notice this one's still sealed. This is my only copy, so I once again went over to Scribd to check out a free PDF of this 100-page masterpiece of Commando action. Mind you, this was written, I believe, 1987, and $2.50 price tag. Wow, you can't even pick this up for 25 bucks, let alone $2.50. Now, this is a little bit different than your typical top secret adventure. This is meant more for covert ops, military action. Lots and lots of gunplay, lots of hardware, military hardware, helicopters, tanks, heavy machine guns, all that sort of thing. None of your typical black bag, James Bond type stuff. This is very reminiscent of the old game. What was it called from Palladium? Gosh, I can't remember. I have a copy of it somewhere. Oh, Recon. Yeah, Recon. This is definitely more of a, purely military. There's not going to be a lot of sneaking around in disguise. Not a lot of, typical interaction between NPCs other than your administrator, a couple of military personnel along the way, and then you're going to get dropped into any one of a number of foreign countries with all kinds of action. Vietnam, Africa, the Middle East, just to name a few. There are roughly, I want to say, about 8 different country mini wars that your player characters are going to go and engage in, and each one has between 3 to 10 different missions to complete the whole arc from beginning to end. Mind you, you're still at odds with Web, or the Web, as your main, chaos sort of opposing group of villainy and espionage and things going on behind the scenes. But this time you're taking a more proactive point of view. You're definitely going to want characters with a lot of military training, military backgrounds, a lot of hand-to-hand and weapons proficiencies and that sort of thing. Not your usual bill of fare for top secret. Normally you're used to, pretending to be somebody else as your character, in disguise with a covert identity, that sort of thing. There's really not much of that here. No sports cars, no bombshells, no secret, spy gadgets, no shoe phones, and none of that. It's just grenades and fully automatic weapons until you get tired of this sort of thing. I would recommend this being more of an insert into your campaign, unless you really want to go for a full military campaign, in which case this would get your characters up and running from 1st to easily 10th level, all within one book, if that's what you're into. Now, mind you, this took place in the 80s, and a lot of the things have changed since then, so you're definitely going to have to either modify each and every adventure for the current time frame, or you're going to have to play back in the 70s or 80s, maybe into the 90s. But again, things changed so much in that span of time that it's really going to take some work on the part of the GM, the admin, to make this work. And with everything going on these days, going up against terrorists, it might actually be your cup of tea, but I can see this really not being a big hit for a lot of folks. Now, one side note: when reading this, the each chapter had a really interesting take on using song titles and catchphrases and cliche sayings from, you know, prior to this printing up until even now. A lot of humor was put into the picking the titles using like a song title, like the famous "We Got to Get Out of This Place" was one of the headers for one of the chapters in one of the missions. Just many other song titles and humorous plays on words and what have you to lighten what would otherwise be a really grim, really dark set of missions. Like I said, there's easily 80 missions in here, and it's dark. It you know, they cover all of the things that you dread hearing about in the news. But if you've got a strong heart and a strong desire to mete out justice all over the world with your AK or your M16, this would be the ticket. Now, for me, I'm not popping this one open to run it, but it's got a lot of great maps and a lot of great things, and you know, getting a free PDF and using it could be a lot of fun if you were to, you know, drop a mission here or there throughout your regular top secret campaign. But then again, maybe this is exactly what you're looking for. For me, I'm going to put it back in the collection and probably pass it over whenever I go to run a top secret campaign in the near future, because it's just, it really is very dated. Mind you, when it came out, this would have been amazing. But now, looking back, you know, having done all the things that I did do, last thing I would want is to be dragged into something like this and calling it a recreational or fun time, you know, activity. This is seriously one of the most dark and brutal mission compilations I've ever come across. But let me hear what you have to say in the comment section or over on Discord, or, you know, for those of you who got my phone number, let me know what you thought, if this would be something you'd be interested in, or if, like me, you would, you know, shelve it for a later day. It's got a lot of history and a lot of behind the scene things that whoever wrote this, there was several people who actually worked on it, must have really done their homework and probably engaged in some of the very same activities to be able to write about it so well. But for me, I'm not in the mood for that, to be honest. Who knows? Maybe in the future I will run it. But if you've run it, or if you think you'd like to run it, let me know. I think there are some people I know that would probably get a kick out of this, and I'd love to hear about it in the comment section below. And until next time, I will be back with another top secret review, maybe Thursday, probably Friday. I think I'm going to be delving into the Agent 13 aspect of top secret, which is a very pulpy, very 1940s rock'em sock'em, go get the Nazis, that kind of thing. And of course the Brotherhood. And if you don't know about the Brotherhood, I'll catch you up to speed when I dive into Agent 13 and the next couple of books for top secret, including the paperback and the graphic novel, which were both very, very interesting, and I can't wait to talk about them with you, let's say Friday. And until next time, folks, have a great day. I hope the weather is getting better for you. It's starting to look like spring here despite the rain, and I can't wait to hear from you guys. And until next time, happy trails.